Today we look at one student's path through adversity and perseverance. That and more on our 9th WAtv episode of the year.
Good morning, Wind Academy. I'm Matthew Johnston. I hope you had a relaxing weekend. We have a great show for you today.
I'm Catherine Swallow, and it's Monday, October 26th. Thanks for joining us. Let's get you caught up on a few announcements. One final reminder, our picture day will be happening on both Thursday and Friday of this week. You can stop by the atrium between 12:30 and 3:30 p.m. on one of those 2 days. This day is for students who have not yet had their picture taken for the yearbook, or for those that want to retake. If you choose to come for a retake, you need to bring back your old pictures from earlier this year.
There's a new after-school club called Studio Improv and Studio Dance, open to anyone who is interested. There's no commitment or experience required. The first practice is this Wednesday from 3:15 to 4:45. Improv will meet in the Whitechapel and dance will meet in the Warrior Dome. Practices will only be once a month. If you have any questions, contact Mrs. Wolfel for dance and Mr. Skiba for improv.
Well, it may be hard to believe, but this week's schedule is all normal. And just in case you forgot what normal felt like, we'll have a 7-period day today, followed up by block schedule from Tuesday to Friday. Fortunately, for those of you that like variety, next week will feature an off-campus learning day on Tuesday.
The boys and girls cross-country teams ran in regionals this past Saturday. Both teams were able to advance to state sectionals for next weekend. Once again, Lily Lebo led the girls while running a fantastic time of 20 minutes and 17 seconds. But perhaps the difference maker for the team this week was Emma Vega, who had her season-best race, taking 19th place overall. The guys also advanced to sectionals with a fourth-place finish. Christian Ruck led the Wheaton Academy boys once again. But again, just like the girls, the boys had a new hero emerge. Daniel Kersey ran his best race of the season and finished second on the team with a time of 18 minutes and 4 seconds. Congratulations to all of our runners.
In national news, we're just 1 week away from Election Day. Although many of you are still not old enough to vote, Schuler Williams and I spoke with Morgan Mead and Gabe Olson to find out ways for students to stay involved in politics, even if your vote cannot be counted.
With the 2020 presidential election shortly approaching and now less than 30 days, our country is completely divided in issues that go much deeper than that just of red and blue. It is perhaps important now more than ever before in this great time of uncertainty to not only be aware of the state of our country, but also vote, get involved, and let your voice be heard.
Truly, I do think that it's important for us to be involved in politics because it affects every single one of us, whether we like it or not. It's important that young people are able to use their voices in politics. When it comes down to it, this is our opportunity to have a voice in our future.
Morgan Mead has taken it upon herself to assist decreasing the poll workers shortage this year as she participates and serves as a student election worker.
Our role is after 6:30. We go and we just try to help everything get organized. There is a shortage of poll workers this year because of the coronavirus. Usually elderly people are the ones that work the polls, but obviously that isn't safe this year. So there's a big call for young people to kind of step up and take initiative in this election. You can register to vote on the day of the election, November 3rd. So go out and vote.
Gabe Olson is also taking an active role into politics as he took the opportunity to intern for Jeannie Ives, who is currently running for Congress.
One day she met with my dad at his work and mentioned that they have internships available. I started end of May, so I've been making a lot of pamphlets and information booklets. I go door to door. I try to get their support for Jeannie, just interact with potential voters. My advice for anyone interested in politics, take the time to do a lot of research. If you see a headline or an article, take the time and read the full article, and you'll be able to have great conversations with people all across the political spectrum. If you're a young person, you definitely need to go out and vote. We are the future of our country. We need our voice to be heard. Definitely go out there, cast your vote, and make your voice heard about the issues you care about.
We live in a democracy where respectful freedom of speech is not only permissible, but encouraged. Exercising our right to vote, no matter your political affiliation, is a precious freedom that we as citizens have. For WATv News, I'm Schuler Williams-Coakley.
It's really great to see Wheaton Academy students getting involved and trying to make our communities better. For our next segment, Kenna Tolman and Madison Cavan caught up with Javonte Rucker, a senior who has a profound story.
With injuries plaguing him early in his high school career, senior Javonte Rucker was hoping for a chance to shine during his final year of high school football. But with COVID-19 putting a halt to football in the state of Illinois, Javonte finds himself riding out these last high school moments with hope and perseverance.
In football, I'm a wide receiver and a DB, defensive back. As a kid, my mom always had me in football, just in sports in general, but I kind of stuck to football and basketball.
So I've known Javonte Rucker for 4 years now. When he was an 8th grader, he came to some of our speed and performance training. And I remember being really impressed with him as an athlete. He was super explosive and evident from the start that he had some exciting things to offer to some of our athletic programs here.
Javonte's high school career has not been a smooth one as he has faced 2 injuries during his seasons.
My freshman year, I tore my ACL and missed all of my freshman year for football, basketball, and track. And then the end of my sophomore year, I tore my other ACL. And so kind of the same thing there, just working hard, preparing for this year so that way I can go off to college and play.
Some of the explosiveness that defined him as an athlete early on, unfortunately, was just kind of diminished a little bit because of the knee injuries.
Although this happened to Javonte as an individual, the support from the team and the football community became even more valued.
My friends really stuck by my side. They were always with me. They helped me in the weight room and stuff like that. I actually have a few mentors. Jimmy Paganis is one, just because he went through the same thing I went through. And, he was always in the weight room with me, grinding, training, so that hopefully I can do what he's doing right now. Another mentor for me is Dre Brown. He was the running back for University of Illinois. Broke a couple records there and actually tore both of his ACLs while he was there.
Javonte has worked hard to get on a path to recovery, to be a contributor at a high level as a senior here on the football team, and then has aspirations to continue playing in college. But that story is incomplete because he hasn't had the chance to showcase his talent, his hard work on the football field yet this year.
With all the injuries that I've had, I kind of learned that it's not always about me, and to be more humble, because before this happened to me, I was actually really cocky. It's not always about me.
Javonte has persevered through many ups and downs in his high school football career, but he hopes to finish it off with a great spring football season. From WATv, I'm Madison Cavan.
So that was actually for the Student Television Network, and so it was a timed piece. I think it's really impressive that Madison and Kenna got that done so quick. And it's also impressive that Javonte has gone through that and he's still persevering and wants to play football in college.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Great job, Javonte, and best of luck with your football career.
Last Tuesday night, 18 different sets of students performed at our annual Evening of Classics. New this year, however, the performers did not have a live audience, but instead performed to our virtual watchers on YouTube. The live stream team put together a short highlight of some of the performances.
The kind hearts, the true hearts that love the place of old. She may not be happy, there's no way of knowing for sure. And 1,000 violins begin to play right into the air, and no one would care.
Sticking to the theme of music, my twin brother Andrew and I took part in the Student Television Network's National Time Music Video Contest. Check it out.
Yeah, you act all together.
Okay, this is so crazy because I was filming with Isabel downtown Wheaton, and I ran into Emma, and I was like, why is Emma down here, right? Dude, you were filming. Mind blown, okay? That was so good. Mind blown again. I love it. Those shots, so good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we only had like 4 or 5 days to prepare for this one, and we were hoping for something like Hard Rock, but when they announced it, we were like, oh boy, what are we gonna do? So we put a bunch of time into it, and it turned out better than we thought. So shout out to Emma, she did a great job, and a couple of my other buddies who helped out with this one.
Nice. While we were still doing in-person learning, other schools have not been so fortunate. My co-host, Matthew Johnson, has more.
Hello, Wheaton Academy students. My name is Matthew Johnston. As a school, we are very fortunate to be able to have in-person learning. However, a lot of schools in our area are not as lucky as us. I talked to one of my buddies who goes to Wheaton Memorial South about his experience with school during this coronavirus pandemic.
My name is Jimmy Houlihan, and I go to Wheaton Memorial South High School. So at the beginning of the year, pretty much, we had a plan to go back with masks and social distancing, but then as the numbers got worse, they had to cancel that. So pretty much from the beginning of the school year up until about a week ago, we've been doing online Zoom calls 5 days a week.
Jimmy also told me about a school's new plan for opening up in-person learning.
Recently, they proposed a plan where we go in-person 2 days a week, and then 3 days are online Zoom. And so that last week was our first week doing that.
As well, he shared with me some things he was really lacking during e-learning and some big advantages to in-person learning.
I think in school, you can ask for help from teachers, and it's a lot easier to pay attention and actually absorb the information.
Not only was Jimmy's regular day-to-day school impacted, but as well as an international opportunity.
Originally, I was supposed to go to Germany for an exchange year this year. It got pushed back to 6 months, and then at the beginning of the year, or at the beginning of the school year, it got canceled fully. So this year I'm fully here.
As a school, it is important we do not take for granted how lucky we are to have in-person learning. From WAtv, this is Matthew Johnston, signing out.
Catherine, what do you appreciate most about being in school?
Well, I appreciate probably being able to interact with people and having teachers and people pushing me to do work, because when we were at home for like e-learning, I was so unmotivated and I didn't get anything done. But like now we're here and it's like, oh, well, you got to do your work now. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
Agreed. For this week's Community Scoop, we have a special guest joining us. Head of School, Mr. Bolt, is here to announce the winners of the annual McNally Achievement Award. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Bolt.
Good morning. It's an honor to be with you today to announce the recipients of the 2020 McNally Achievement Award. The McNally Achievement Award was established by John and Vera McNally in 1999 to recognize students who are committed to academic achievement, community service, and positive social behavior. This award is given to students who have completed at least 1 year at Wheaton Academy, are in good standing, and have not previously received this award. 2 awards are given out at the sophomore, junior, and senior levels. The McNally Achievement Award is based on the following criteria: academic excellence, with special consideration for those taking advanced or AP classes, co-curricular activities, community activities, manners and courtesy, athletic participation, and students with an interest in science, with special consideration for those students who take more than the required number of science, advanced science, or AP science classes. I'm delighted to announce that this year's recipients of the John and Vera McNally Achievement Award are, for the sophomore class, Elizabeth Dieter and Matthew Dudley. For the junior class, Caroline Kelly and Jacqueline Ogden. And for the senior class, Ellen Shales and Jacob Williams. Well done, and congratulations to all of you on this special honor.
Congrats to our 6 winners on this fantastic achievement. Now let's finish this week's show with 4 things you need to know. Number one, with the continued rise of COVID cases in the state, it is important to remember what we expect and need from each and every one of you. Please stay socially distant and continue to wear masks, covering your mouth and nose at all times. Number two, our chapels for this week are Project Lead Local on Tuesday and La Leyenda, the Legend, Prophet Rivera on Friday. Number three, picture days are also on Thursday as well as Friday of this week. And number four, last Friday was National Principal Appreciation Day. We want to publicly thank Mrs. Hockett for all the work she has done over the course of these last 7 months to ensure that we are a functional school in a healthy and intentional way, and still be able to be in person and learning at such a high level. Thank you, Mrs. Hockett.
That's all for us today. Send us comments and story suggestions to our Instagram account at WAtv, and be on the lookout for our social media push, 30 Days of Thankfulness, in November.
Thank you for joining us. From all of us in Studio 22, have an amazing day.